I am here. Good morning. Having a little usual technical difficulties with the live stream. Seems like it's been a while. So, when you're not on for a while, oops, that's a little low. Let's see what I'm looking at. I've got you guys up on my screen here as well so I can actually see what the heck it is you're seeing. Anyway, hello to everybody. I see there's been a bunch of hellos and highs and stuff. So I thought I'd get on, kind of do a bit of a live. It's going to be a long one. So sit back, recline that recliner, grab your favorite beverage, or drink, whatever. It's Friday, so why not? Yes, we have a different Tacoma. You guys can see it here. It's awesome. I'll get into why in the heck I did this. And yes, I am crazy. I think that's been well documented and displayed on the channel. But anyway, we're going to do something. Anyone find the JBL car dash speaker overpowers all the others in their 4th gen. Who said that? Steve. Yeah. That's a common problem, I think. It's just because of the power of that speaker. I mean, when you put a mini boom box in your dash, you're going to get more sound. So heck yeah. Anyway, I'm going to turn you back around. We'll do you want to do a walk around? Let's do a walk around. Dang, I don't think anyone, not even Rob, can predict his next move. Hey, what's up, buddy? Yeah, I know. Anyway, let's just do a quick walk around. Why not? It is a sport because I like the sport. I have decided that I assume you guys can hear me okay. I decided to go with the sport because, frankly, I think, and this is a personal preference, of course, I don't want to piss off all of the off-road guys. Excuse me, but I think it's the best version, I think, of the new Tacoma. I think it looks the best. I love the color. This Blue Crush actually was the color I was going to get originally, and then I saw the Terra, which I also like. So I decided to get that, and honestly, I don't think there were any Blue Crushes available when I decided to get my first or second, I guess, 24 Tacoma, or 4th gen, I should say. So I originally got the Supersonic Red. Honestly, the Supersonic Red is probably my favorite, I think, because it just pops. But this Blue Crush is right there with it. Just the slightest lower, I guess, color in my opinion. But nonetheless, love this color, and I really like that it has kind of a purplish hue to it in bright sunlight. I mean, this thing, I don't know if you guys can see, but oh yeah, and check out the white wall, I have changed the wheels and tires, of course, I have to do that. But it really pops in the sun and really has like a rich purplish hue to it, which I like. I like purple anyway, so I also love my 24 Sport awesome truck. Hey, Bob, that's true. But I did go with white lettering out this time. I've always been a fan of that, honestly, going way back to when I first had my one of my first vehicles. It was a Chevy Camaro, and I had the white letters out. It actually came that way, but I actually like that, and I think it looks pretty sharp on this truck. On any Toyota Tacoma, honestly. I mean, if you look at the letters, and we're going to have a little wind buffeting here for just a second, but if you look at the letters out on this truck, as compared to, say, the Jeep Gladiator, which has no letters, it just looks plain to me now. I just think it looks better. Anyway, this one did come. Let's get to the little bit of a walk around here. It's Michigan Blue, LOL. No, it is definitely not Michigan Blue. This one came with a step. I love that. I have one that I took off of my other truck, so most likely I'll be selling that because I don't need two. Unless I put one on the other side. Wouldn't that be wild? But anyway, this thing is so freaking handy. Highly recommended if you ever get in and out of your truck. And I don't care how old you are, if you're 20 or 80, it still makes life a heck of a lot easier. Pops right back up out of the way. It's not intrusive in any way. I just like it. As far as the rest, it did come with the bed rails, which is good. It does come crazy, but it comes with a spray-in bed liner. I don't know. I don't know why we really need a spray-in bed liner when we have a composite plastic bed, but we do. I have found, and this one, I don't see any evidence of it, but on my last one, there were some spots where the liner was kind of coming off or chipping, and I think that's probably because it's trying to adhere to plastic. You know, nothing ever sticks well to plastic, and frankly, I'll be surprised if this holds up over time. I think it'll probably chip off with wear anyway. So I don't know that it's a great idea, but nonetheless, it's there. Most of the ones down here in South Texas come with this spray-in bed liner. I'm sure I'm going to have the same rail problems. There's a little bit of movement on the side rails, and what I'm talking about is that they seem to pop up a little bit here, especially if you put a tonneau cover on. It puts down force on the inside lip of this thing, and it kind of pushes the bed rail down. And while I'm watching this, I just thought of a potential fix for that. You notice it almost comes down to the side rail there. And if you had something underneath sitting on top of the side rail, pushing up or up against that rail to brace it, if you're going to put a tonneau on, that might actually be the best thing you could do to stop it from coming down. I'll have to look at that. I mean, you could pop the side rail off, put I don't know, maybe 1/4 inch or even 1/2 inch, depending on how much room there is under there. Feels like about a 1/2 inch. Piece of material that was the right width that would sit on top of the rail and then push up against the bottom of the cap, and that would stop it from curving in, if you will. That's what I'm going to do when I go to put my tonneau on here, or the sport bar. I still have the sport bar up there. Haven't decided which way I'll go. This truck might actually look pretty cool with the sport bar on it too, so I don't know. But anyway, we're either going to put the tonneau or the cover on it, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to mount probably 1, 2, maybe 2 or 3 pieces of metal, or even plastic. If you had Teflon or plastic that you could put underneath there, bracing, because it wouldn't take much. Bracing that bed cap, that would probably work. Let's go take a look at the other side. I'm curious. Oh, I do have my RobMotive badge on the side. Haven't decided if I'm going to leave the blue one or if I'll switch it out to, where are they? I'm not sure where I put them. Here. This color, although it's really an orange, but that would look neat on there too, wouldn't it? I don't know. What do you think? Blue or orange? I don't know. I just happen to have 2 sets of them. No, it doesn't look too bad over here yet. It does feel a little tighter than what they have in the past, so maybe it won't be an issue, but knowing how they're held on underneath there, I think it's probably going to be an issue. We shall see. This one, and I can put this back on. I had shown or made a video on how to take this off. It's very simple. You have 3 prongs on the back. You just kind of push them in from the back and it comes right off. Goes right back on just as easily. Easy, well, so I say, right? Let's see, there. That's it. One-handed, left-handed on camera. Goes right back in. The reason I took it off is because I had thought about modding it, painting it. If I were to leave the grill on, I'm not. I'm going to be replacing this grill. I've actually got one on order coming from a different company than before. It will have an integrated LED light bar, similar to the one before, but it is a different version. So we're going to be pulling off the whole frickin' front end of this truck. It's not too hard. It's really more tedious. The only hairy part is this snapping part here on the edge where I guess the front plastic right here at the seam snaps into the back part here, the fender area. That's a little harrowing. You kind of have to pull on that. There's a pop, and can be a little bit concerning, I guess. The only other mod I've done, I did put well, other than a few things inside. I mean, I have the phone holder thing sitting behind the radio there. Orange emblem, blue, so this is the iForce Max. No, it's not, and there's a couple reasons why. I know I had said before that I was going to trade for the hybrid, right? But after doing some research and stuff, I decided, it didn't make a lot of sense to me to do that. So I decided I wasn't going to go with the hybrid. But I did want to make the change and go to a sport. And Elizabeth Wanders, $1.99. Hey, thank you for the $1.99 there. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Contributions are always welcome. Helps me to afford my toys. And it's for you guys too. Orange emblems, Steve. Again, thanks, Elizabeth. I appreciate that. Why did I do this? You guys gotta wonder, why do I always do this? As I mentioned, oops, I just lost my own live stream. I assume we're live we must be on YouTube, right? But anyway, why did I do this? There's a couple reasons. As I mentioned, I like the sport trim better. It just looks better to me. I noticed a lag in the off-road version, and I hate throttle lag. It makes the driving experience for me almost unbearable. I know, it's a horrible thing, right? But it's one of those pet peeve things that drives you nuts. And it drove me nuts. Say hi to the live chat. You just told me to say hi, so I'm saying hi again. Oh, I know, because I'm on one of my other channels, that's why. It's been a while. So anyway, I didn't like the throttle lag, drove me nuts. I did have pedal commander in the other truck, and it did help. It did make a big difference, but still, I like vehicles to be the way they're supposed to be from the get-go, right? You shouldn't really have to do anything to make them the way they're supposed to be, in my opinion. That truck was not the way it was supposed to be, in my opinion. So there's that, the throttle lag. Now, the lift. I had a front level lift done to that trunk. I think you love modding and we're bored with the old truck. Let the fun begin. Well, can't dispute that. The last truck had a level lift on the front. And I noticed about, a little while after I got it, that it was making a kind of a clunking noise, if you will. When I would back down the driveway and go over the bump at the bottom of my driveway, there was a clunk. And I could feel it a little bit in the truck, but I could certainly hear it. It was like a metallic, almost like a thin shield, let's say, raking over something and making a noise. It's not that noise, but, and it was driving me insane. Now, I could have been, Michael Kokoza, been waiting all week to see this. Well, here you go. We're going to look at it a little more. But that was driving me nuts. Now, I could have taken it back in. Obviously, it was under warranty. But I didn't want to screw with it. I really didn't. And honestly, I'm not positive that the dealer would have been able to find what was wrong with it anyway, because it didn't do it all the time. It was one of those sporadic things. Good luck in fixing those. It never seems to work out. So that played into it a little bit. I can't have a stand to have a vehicle that's just not right. Acceleration, mechanically, whatever. Otherwise, the truck was perfect, except for another thing. It did not feel strong like this truck does. This truck feels strong, nice and tight. I guess tight's maybe a better word. This truck feels tighter, and it should. It's a sport, right? It feels tighter. It feels it feels stronger than the other truck did. The steering feels tighter, the ride is tighter, the handling feels tighter. Maybe it's in my head, I don't know, because of sport versus off-road. But it just feels better to me. So those are the real reasons, I guess. Let's see. Marcelo Amarin says hi. How you doing? Michael, it looks like my truck, except I am still running the stock rims and wheels. You got to change that, Michael. I mean, what are you doing? Let's get with it, brother. I mean, I know they're brand new. There's no reason to replace them. But there's no reason to paint a truck either, right? I mean, it could just be sealed metal, I suppose. I don't know. Anyway, love it. Let's see. Let's continue. Let's look around a little more. Of course, excuse me. We have the spot for the fang lights. I haven't decided if I'm going to put those in this truck or not. I didn't do it last time. I don't know if I like them or not. I think I'd be more apt to do something with the fog lights up front. Maybe some sort of film or different color, different style. I don't know. But I don't know if I like them. For me, I mean, I don't know that they look bad. I don't think they look bad. But it's just not my thing, I don't think. The hood scoop, the hood. We got to talk about the hood. One big difference between the TRD off-road and this truck is the hood flutter. This does flutter. When you're driving around, the hood is going to bounce. It's just the way it is with the Sport. It's because I think Toyota did not put enough rigidity or bracing underneath. It needs to be braced better so that it doesn't have the flexibility, I guess, that it has now. It's normal. You know it's there. You know to expect it. If you buy a Sport and you complain and moan about the hood being fluttery or bouncy, then you didn't do your research. I don't mind it because I know it's the way it is. If it were something obscure and wasn't supposed to be that way, it would bug me. Let's talk about these frickin' side steps. Hate them. Love the look, hate the functionality. For someone my height, and I am a massive 5'9.5". Somebody randomly asked me that in my Toyota Tacoma group the other day. And by the way, I do have a group. It's called 4th Generation Toyota Tacoma Owners Group. Wildly popular over on Facebook. It's growing leaps and bounds, lots of activity. So check it out if you haven't. Join up. You don't have to subscribe, become a member. It's free. And it is, I think, pretty well moderated. I have myself and some others that watch comments and things, and we're relatively strict there. We don't allow all the a-holes and trolls and spammers and all that crap in the group. We ban them. We get rid of them. We don't allow all the negative vibes when you post a picture of your truck and somebody comes on and says something off the wall bad about it. Stupid stuff, you know. It's part of the reason I started the group, because I've been in others and literally you couldn't post a picture of your truck without some moron getting in there and leaving some idiotic comment. But anyway, we don't allow that. Check it out. 4th Generation Toyota Tacoma Owners Group. I've lost my place. I was talking about the side steps, these Predator side steps. Best looking side steps you can get, but they're horrible because for me, at my height, I don't need them to get in the truck. I step over them, which means I'm always dragging my leg against this damn step. When I get out, if I remember, I don't need them. I can put the back of my right leg, or right foot rather, against them and steady myself as I get out. But they got to go. And they're going to go for rock sliders. Love the sliders. These are OEM. Love these things. Love the look on the truck. Obviously, I'm not a big off-roader, as you all know. MN, is that the new 2025? And did you go hybrid? It is the new 2025. Let's see, and it's not hybrid. Steve, no throttle lag in tow or sport mode with mine. Yeah, there's very little, if any, throttle lag in normal mode with the Sport. Nice looking Ranger. See, that's the kind of comment right there that would probably get you banned or blocked over in the group because it's an idiotic comment. I mean, obviously it's not a Raptor. It's a Tacoma. See, it's funny. People put up something about their truck, they're proud of it, they love it, and some doofus gets on and starts making wisecracks, stupid stuff. I don't know. I guess it's just the way social media is. Maybe you should ignore it because when you call it out, that's what they really want. It makes them feel better. Gives them some power, I guess. Anyway, are you going to add the TRD lift to this one? No. No, 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 no. I am not. What I've done, we should get back to these tires. There's a whole story there. I put the level lift, the front level lift on the 2025 off-road that I had, and it kind of robbed me a little bit of ride quality, and there was something wrong in the front. Something wasn't tight, I don't know what, but it was making a clanking noise when I would go down the driveway and kind of turn over that lip down there, you see right there. And then when I would come to a harder stop, and the front end would kind of go down a little, nothing horrendous. But of course, when you stop, the front end's going to dip a little bit. I would get that same weird kind of clanky, odd feeling. Kind of reminded me of when I had adjustable shocks put on my SR5 back in the day, and they forgot to tighten the brake caliper that they had loosened for some reason. Same kind of feeling, but that wasn't the case on the 2024. So anyway, the wheel and tire setup. What do I have? Well, I went with the new KO3s. Love these tires. What does this say? I hadn't even noticed this before. Looks like it says Baja Champion. Check that out. Baja Champion. I didn't even know that was there. That must be something special for the current version of this tire. I doubt that'll stay on there. That's kind of neat. Anyway, I went with a 275 70 R18. Now, what it had on it before was a 270 or 265 65 18, and they sat inside. Excuse me, inside the fender well. You can see I've got some wheel poke here. Now, it's nothing horrendous, it's nothing huge. I did have much more on the other truck. Probably too much, if I'm being honest. So I wanted to go a little bit more conservatively. These have a 25 millimeter offset. Standard on the Toyota Tacoma with their wheels, the TRD wheels, is 55. So I reduced or increased the wheel poke on the tires, the wheels, by about a little bit more than half. And this is what you end up with. So if you happen to have a Tacoma and you're interested in wheel poke, a 25, this is what it'll give you. On my other truck, for reference, and the stockers had the same offset on the wheels, was originally a 55. I had put +1. So I erased the whole offset that the 2025 off-road had, and almost started to go the other direction. Once you go, the closer you get to zero on the Tacoma, the more you bring the truck out. And if you go negative, it's going to go out even further. So there's a point of reference. Stock is +55. Start reducing that towards zero, 45, 35, 25 in my case, and the tires start to come out more from the fender. I guess that's the best way to describe it for me. So anyway, 275 70 R18s. I thought about going with 17s, but honestly, I think the 18s look pretty good on this truck, and I think if I'd have gone with 17s, they might have looked funny. They might have looked a little small. So I'm not lifting it. That's why I went with this size tire, and to me, with this offset, this is the tallest tire you can go with without rubbing. You're probably about this far off at a turn on the wheel. Excuse me, it's allergy season, so you're going to hear a lot of throat clearing, I guess. But anyway, when you turn the truck, the inside of the tire, or outside, depending, comes about this close or so. It's less than an inch to the front. I think at at turn, if you were off-road and going over severe terrain, it probably would rub. However, on the road, normal turns, I don't think there's going to be any problem. We'll see, and it's easy to tell, of course. All you have to do is watch the areas around the tire, and you'll start to see some wear. I don't think there'll be any, but hey, one never knows, right? I mentioned the grill. We're going to be doing that. Put hood struts on. Love that. Did not debadge this one, and I'm not going to. We're going to keep the blacked out badge this time. And we are going to get rid of the exhaust. I think that really lets the truck down. This cannon sticking off the side of the truck, I think it's an eyesore. I think it looks much cleaner and much better without that there. So that's going to go. And what we're going to put on, of course, is the downpipe, which I had somewhere. I think it's actually, let's see, I think it's sitting up on top of the lift, maybe somewhere. Well, I got so much stuff to do. I don't see it up there. It's here somewhere. I know that. Those are the old sliders from the Jeep, as well as a Jeep bumper I probably need to do something with. I think it's up there somewhere. I don't remember. But anyway, of course, we're going to replace that exhaust with, oh, there it is. Look at how much that rusted. Just being on the other truck for about, I don't know, 6-8 months. Maybe I should paint that thing black before I put it on. I don't know. Might keep it from rusting a little bit. So anyway, that's what we've got right now. Price-wise, obviously it was below 50 grand. That is my my threshold for doing anything. I'm gonna nose around here for just a second. I'm gonna sit you guys up here. You can gaze at the gorgeousness of the new truck. Let me see if I can't adjust you guys. There. Plus, I know anybody coming in is most likely gonna wanna see it. There. I've got to, let's see, they should have a date code. They probably do. Can't wait to see what you're going to do with this one. Ant Car. I really like the Terra, but damn, this truck sits so nice. Doesn't it? It looks awesome. I love the way it's come out, man. The blue is growing on me. Yeah, the blue really does look pretty good, I think. Anyway, I'll be back here in a minute. There was some kind of a break you could do. I have to get something to drink and, let's see, how do I do this? What's that? Chat filter, community moderation. I don't need any of that. There's a lightning. Oh, that's for light. Microphone. What's this? Oh, I don't want that. Oops, sorry about that. I don't know what I've done. Let's do this. There. Okay, that's obviously not what I want. Where is it? There's a purse. There's I don't know. All right, anyway, I'll be back here in just a couple minutes. If you want to hang out, I'm going to do a couple of things to the truck. I thought, we might as well do them live. I've got so much to do to the truck, I can't decide what it is I want to do first. So bear with me a minute. I'll be back. got something new we're going to be putting in the truck. I am not a fan of the OEM dash cam, I guess, and this truck does have the OEM dash cam in it. I don't like where it is, and I don't like the functionality of it, so I bought this FitCam dash cam, front and back. We're going to be, I keep hearing noises, we're going to be installing this soon in the truck. I think it's going to be one of my first mods because, frankly, I had bought it for the other truck and decided to hold off when I got this bug in my ear about switching out to the new version. So we're gonna be installing this. It's pretty light, which is good. I mean, you don't want a real heavy anything in the truck. I'm gonna add enough weight to it as it is, I think. So what are we gonna do first? We've got to do something, right? Rob, let's see the inside of the truck. The inside of the truck. Well, you still have the horrible same back seat that you had before. No room, of course, and it's really it's the same, I guess, as the last truck. I did put the grab handles in there. I happen to have blue. Someone, I can't remember, someone made these for me, and they are awesome. I really like those. The rest of the truck, again, it's the same, nothing different. I did put the, let's see, I did put the little RobMotive, what is, not RobMotive, but the truck thing in here. This is my little touch. It's the keychain, really. I really like this. I think it's pretty slick. Of course, we do have the radio there. I did put the phone holder up there, and that's really all I've done inside the truck so far. I haven't even put the, I don't think, no, I haven't even put the little drop things in there for the seats, I guess, in between the seats. I've got some first aid junk and stuff I need to put in there. Matter of fact, we ought to go ahead and put some of that stuff in there now. So let me, just want to see if it looks like mine. Let me sit you guys on the armrest here. Let's see, hopefully you can see back there. I know, it's this damn up and down format that YouTube seems to like. I'm not sure where I'm gonna put it. Let me grab the some of the stuff I'm gonna put in the back. All right, let me go around to the other side. Got myself kind of squished in here in the garage right now. I'm gonna I have an air compressor and a first aid kit. I'm gonna go ahead and stick these things in the back. And of course, I'm sure you all know, the seat goes up, if I can remember how. Ugh. And where am I gonna put it? Well, we have the tire hoochie over there in the way. I think on this side, the driver's side, we're going to go ahead and put this first aid kit thing. And hopefully, yeah, I think I'll lay it down. It fits right behind the seat, so that's good. And then the air compressor, that's going to have to go on the other side. So let's go back over there. All right, I didn't leave myself a lot of room to open that door, but it's going to go behind the passenger side seat, I think. Yeah, we have enough room, I think. Let's see. Yeah, they really take up a lot of room with this damn jack. Let's see. I think, famous last words, if I remember how to loosen this thing. Of course, it's dark out here, so I can't see anything. Okay. Let's see if I can't slide this over and up a little. They don't make it easy, man. I could see being frustrated out somewhere, having a flat tire, and having to spend 10 minutes getting the damn tools out for the jack. That would be a real treat, let me tell you. You can see if this fits. Let me show you. Let me get you guys. Leave you guys hanging up here. Let me show you what I'm talking about. And I know it's dark. But I want to put it right over here. And let's see, can I pull that seat down? Yeah. Before, I think I had it right here next to the jack. And I've got the jack. I mean, I could sit it up above here, but I don't want to do that. Let's see if it fits. I think it fits. I think it fit before. Did they actually make it smaller back here too? Wow. I think it fits okay there. Let's see if the damn seat goes up. It does. So it's a tight fit, which is good. That means it won't be rattling around or anything behind the seat. But nonetheless, it's not a lot of space there. Okay, and of course, we do still have space under the seat, not much. And this stupid snap thing, this thing is a pain. And how long do you think it'll be before, if you use it enough, you actually rip this part out? I mean, I don't know if it's just sewn in there or if it's anchored to anything behind. It feels like it's just sewn in there, but what a pain. All right, what else do we have here? Let's see. Got the seat droppers. I'll put those in later. How about the little, wow, I have money. Look at that. I can use that for mods. This somebody sent me a long time ago. I wish it were blue. I know, beggars can't be choosers, right? But it's going to go inside the door. Right down here is where I had it before, I think. I think it fits right in the corner. Of course, it's going to take up room for one of your bottles. Yeah, I think I had it right up here. Yeah, right there. Fits there, and you can pull it out if you want or just open it up. But it's a good spot, I guess, to have something like that. I don't know. I think it fits pretty well. Oh, we have to do the up and down window thing. I also had the windows tinted, by the way. So that's done. And look what they did. I haven't decided if I'm going to take this back or not. Can you guys see this? I don't know if you can see it. Right there. You see that? Right there. I don't know if you can make it out on the camera. It says 3M because it's the kind of window tint that I have. They must have been at either the top or the bottom of the roll, I don't know. And the 3M printed insignia there is on the damn tent. But it's kind of nostalgic. I don't know if I'm going to have it removed or not. I mean, I could take it in. They would redo the window tint, no problem. But speaking of window tint, what did I go with? Because I know a lot of people are considering or contemplating window tint, right? The truck comes, as you all know, with tint on the back and the very back. So you want to try, if you can, to match the fronts. 3M Color Fast, which is what I use, recently decided they weren't going to make 20% anymore. They went to 15 or 30. And I didn't want 30 because that's way too light. And I really didn't want 15 because that's starting to get kind of dark, and of course it's illegal. But I went with 15. So what you see on the truck right now is 15, and I think it's a pretty good match, actually. If you look at it, I think 20 was spot on. It's going to be a smidge darker. I mean, if you look through the windows there and you look over here to the passenger side and you look to the drivers, you can see this looks a little grayer or darker, if you will, and that's because it is. I don't know if that's a problem for visibility for me. I don't think so. I think it'll be fine, but nonetheless, it is not spot on perfect or as perfect as it was before. Let's see. Michael says, yes, same seats. Looking to add seat covers to help keep mine clean. You know, I'm not a big seat cover fan myself. I don't know why. I guess I've been in too many vehicles that had seat covers that were all bunched up and didn't fit well. And when you got in, they kind of rolled under your rear end because they weren't tight. So, I don't know. But you're right. They'll definitely help keep it cleaner. Steve, yeah, I want seat covers too. The light gray won't stay clean long. No. Mario, I would absolutely love the tent place. I would absolutely have the tent place remove that. Oh, I know. And they would. It's not really a big problem. They're pretty good guys there. I think they just missed this. And if you're in a shop and you're putting stuff in and it's faint enough to the eye, unless you're looking for it, probably wouldn't see it. Clay for days. Clays for days. Is that a TRD Pro? No, it's a TRD Sport. Thick whip. Nice setup. Thank you. Clays for days. Can we get a walk around, please? Yeah, I'll do it. I did it earlier. I'll certainly do it again for you. Let's take a look. It is Blue Crush. As you can see, I love the color. It's awesome. Still has the Tacoma lettering here in the headlight. Nice little touch by Toyota. I did go with different wheels and tires. By the way, these wheels, I didn't mention it before. They are American Outlaw Spike is what they're called. Discount Tire was running a sale, 80 bucks off for a set. So I took the 80 bucks off for a set. Also, they were running the same sale, 80 bucks off for a set of KO2s or KO3s. These are KO3s, not 2s. Did come with the Predator side steps. Not a fan of those. They'll be coming off. And the rock sliders will be going on. And these things are pretty substantial. They're about 52 pounds a piece. So they are functional if you're looking for functional rock sliders. Came with the step on the back. Came with the spray-in bed liner and the bed rails. And of course the light inside the bed. No sliding rear window, which if I'm not mistaken was standard in the TRD line for the third gens, but no longer. Not a big deal. I never used it, so I didn't really care. Has a little bit of a spoiler up on top, you guys can see. Kind of stupid. I do have the hood scoop. One of the big things I wanted in this truck was the sport version for the hood scoop. Love that. I think it makes the truck myself. Otherwise, it's pretty standard. I mean, it doesn't have a lot of options and things on it. I didn't go for the premium version. You know, I have this rule when it comes to buying mid-size trucks, Tacoma or other, and that is we are not going to spend over 50 grand. It's just not going to do it. It's not worth it to me. So I did not pay over 50 grand, obviously. And that's the way it is. So that means you don't have a lot of stuff on it. It doesn't have power seats. They're manual, which is fine. You set them and forget them anyway. It doesn't have heated seats or cooled seats or, I don't know, there's probably some other things it doesn't have, but it doesn't have the tow package. I don't tow anything. What do I care? And you know, it's interesting. You get a lot of people that love to voice their opinion, of course, which is fine on the web about what truck you buy and what you spend your money on. And I've decided there are three categories of people. There are the extreme off-roaders that want all the off-road goodies, you know, sway bar disconnects and, you know, all this stuff, obviously 4x4, the most rugged tires, should have rock sliders. By the way, anybody who gives you crap, if they have a 4x4 and they're a big time off-roader and they have side steps on the truck, what? That's just, it's crazy, right? Why are you running side steps? I mean, they just catch on everything. They can rip off. They can damage the truck. Doesn't make a lot of sense, right? So use that as ammunition. Anyway, you have the extreme off-roaders. You have the street drivers, the pavement princesses, who aren't going to go off-roading, which, by the way, 96% of the people who have 4x4s never, ever put their truck in the 4x4 mode. In other words, they don't use 4x4s. But they have them anyway, because I guess they just can't stand the peer pressure. Which would be fine if the people delivering that peer pressure wrote a check for you, but they don't. And then you have those that buy the trucks thinking they're going to go off-roading. There's actually 4. Thinking they're going to go off-roading, but never really do. The people that say it's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. Well, I got to say, I've been driving for decades. And have I ever needed a 4x4? No, I can't say that I ever needed it. Have I ever used a 4x4? Yes, I have, in snow and even in ice. A couple times off-road, just general stuff. But did I need it for that? No. I mean, if you look way back, how many years past did people drive around with just front-wheel drive? Not even front-wheel drive. One-wheel, rear-wheel drive, right? And then it was front-wheel drive, and now the all-wheel drives. And all this is just marketing stuff to make more money for the manufacturer, right? They convince us that we need these things, and like a bunch of sheep, we follow in line and buy it because they say we have, or we have to have it, I guess. So now the fourth category, of course, is, or are the two-wheel drive people, or the non-4x4 people. And those are the people that never, ever plan to go off-road and just don't need that kind of stuff. So anyway, it's just kind of funny to me, the different categories. Excuse me. Let's see. Does it have the big screen that you had in the other one? It does, the 14-inch screen. That was a prerequisite of mine. It had to have the 14-inch screen. I wouldn't have bought it if it didn't. Plays for days. That's sick. I was about to get the TRD Sport and deck it out, but I bought a GMC AT4X AEV and love it. I love your truck. Though it's sick. Well, thank you. Yours is pretty nice as well. RP Blackout. I'm a big Tacoma fan. I've had several in my days. Drove a Toyota mini truck in high school. Cool. I had the record for the lowest truck all 4 years as I got older. I moved towards comfort and luxury. That's what happens. The older you get, the more you want when it comes to comfort and smoothness and all that kind of stuff. Absolutely, for sure. It's just a part of getting older, I guess. And there's nothing wrong with that. Although I gotta say, I've always liked more tech, especially. I love tech in vehicles and things. I say bring it. These people that want to go back to roll up windows and cable controlled everything, forget about it. Those cables stretch after a while, right? They're just metal cables. We don't have that with drive-by-wire, which is everything the Toyota Tacoma and most vehicles are these days. So yeah, I can relate to that, and I certainly like that myself. Now, let's see, what else? We've got some other things. I was debating on putting on the rock rails today. What time is it? It's 11 o'clock. I could do that. It takes a little while, and there's a lot of rolling around under the truck. But I do want them on the truck, you know. I don't know. Just sitting there, they're calling me. What do you think? Should we put the rock rails on? Is that something you guys would be interested in seeing? There won't be a lot of interaction between you and I, other than maybe a few swear words and some agony for me rolling around. David Fisher says, thanks for doing this. Absolutely, absolutely. I'm here to share it with you guys. I mean, I'm a ham. That's why I have a YouTube channel. I like to hear myself talk. Many people have accused me of that. Rob never breathes in between sentences, and I found that myself. You know, YouTube, it's funny, they kind of changed the way they do things recently with advertisements during videos, and they like to have breaks where it's natural. So if you never shut up, and quit talking in one long stream, makes it very difficult to slap a break in because they don't like it and they won't allow it. I mean, if I'm talking a sentence or in a sentence and there's no natural break and I try to break it manually and stick something in there, excuse me, they won't let you do that. They'll let you do it, but they tell you there's not much opportunity there for it. So I don't know. Let's see. Maria Calderson says, that's okay. David Fisher, what about the rumors on the Turbo 2024 TRD Sport 2024? I have no idea what you're talking about. What rumors? Excuse me. All this talking, and drinking. Sweet tea. It's just sweet tea. Michael, yes, put them on. Definitely want to see them on. I have regular running boards in black. David, the engine won't last. That's a bunch of, what's the right word for that? Those are people who ride bikes with helmets on. Those are people who think you should have a helmet on a motorcycle. Those are people who worry about everything. Is it possible it won't last? Of course, we don't know, but it's also possible that it will. It's like those glass half empty people, right? We don't know. It's Toyota. This is not a new engine. This engine has been in, I think, Lexus for 3 or 4 years now. So it's not unproven, it's not new. And I haven't heard of any big problems with the engines in Lexuses or Lexi. What's the right word? Lexuses? So I don't think there's any big issue with that as far as I'm concerned. I'm not afraid of it. These people, and if you are, then just don't buy the damn thing. I mean, put your money somewhere else. Buy a Ford. Buy a Chevy. Buy a Nissan. Buy a Honda. I don't know. Buy something else. What's the big deal? But they love to attack other people's products, and maybe it's because they have other vehicles and they're trying to justify their purchase. I don't know. It's crazy. I have no fear of it. What you said in your statement about it being rumors, that's right. They are just that. Rumors. Let's see. Michael, yes, thank you for doing this. Oh, don't thank me. I do this because I love it. Vasily, how did you get your Tacoma keychain to stick to your dash? Well, that's pretty easy. I can show you right now because it's right here in front of me. I used 2 small pieces of double-sided tape. Why? Because this stuff, if I want to take it off, you just give it a little twist, it pulls right off. Doesn't leave any residue on the dash. It won't damage the dash. Certainly, never use any kind of glue or adhesive to do that. You'll regret it if you ever want to take it off, say it gets damaged, or maybe the sun dulls it or something, or it starts to fade. Don't do that. Use double-sided tape. This stuff you can get at Lowe's, Home Depot. I think it's 1/2 inch, I think, technically is what this is. Just a couple little pieces. It doesn't take much. That emblem, badge, keychain is what it is. Doesn't cost much, or it doesn't weigh much, I should say, so it doesn't take much. Dave Fisher says, no way. I know, that's what a lot of people have said, man. Michael, I have 12,000 on my 24 Sport and no issues at all. Repairs with Ray. I love my VW. Well, if you love it's good that you love your VW, but I'd be curious to know, why then are you hanging out in a Toyota Tacoma group or channel? I don't know. Nothing wrong with it. I'm just curious. Why aren't you on a Volkswagen live stream? Maybe there aren't any. Because they don't have anything to say, right? Okay. I haven't had many answers as to whether or not you guys want to see the sides or the rails go on. They're right here. I need to put them on the truck, which means I have to remove the side steps that are there and then bolt these on. It's probably, I'm guessing it's about an hour or so long project. I'm not exactly sure. Are you interested in seeing that, or would you be bored out of your mind and decide to leave the stream? I'm going to sit you guys down for a minute And if you wouldn't mind, just leave a comment down below, yes or no. Are you interested in seeing those put on the truck, like right now? Replacing those, of course. All right, I'll be back in just a minute. Oh, and if you say yes, you gotta stick around for the install. You can't say yes and then leave, right? Okay, seems that we're gonna put some rock sliders on. I gotta get ready a little bit. I gotta plug you guys in too, or you're gonna run out of juice. So let me grab a cord to plug the phone in, and then we'll get started with the install. Okay, got a cord, got to plug you guys in. Let's see how this works. Of course, it's on the bottom. There we go. And I will be sitting you guys down so you can see the action. But for now, all right, I've got you plugged in. You should not run out of power. The size of the tires, Reef. They are a 275/70 R18. Is that a dent on the truck door? No. Okay, let me pull the truck forward. All right, that should give me enough room. Now we're going to need, what are we going to need? We're going to need a couple buckets. I have one out here. Let me go grab a bucket. I'll be right back. Okay, got one bucket. Why do I need a bucket? Well, because when you drop the steps, you want to be able to brace them, and when I set the new ones up, I want to lay them on the bucket so that I can steady them, I guess, when I put them on. Let's see. What do we have here? Is that a dent? No. I like how tall your garage is. Yeah, my garage is very tall. I think it's like 14 feet or something. I don't know. Okay. Then we're going to need a couple of power tools, I guess, a ratchet, 10mm socket, and I always have a box or something so I can throw the hardware in it. Just keep track of it, you know. And then of course we need a creeper, one other than me. So let's grab that. All right. Let's grab some tools and get started. I need to move a couple things here, I guess. I'll do that in a minute. I need to move you guys. Gotta have power tools. Doesn't hurt to have a ratchet either when you're snugging down the fasteners in the end. So, have a ratchet. And I think that's it. Hopefully they're 10 millimeter. I can't remember. I gotta change my glasses. Gotta put the work glasses on. And of course, you gotta have a little liquid energy to get going. You knew this was coming, right? So what time is it? Let's call it 11:30, my time. I know it's probably 12:30 your time, but we'll call it 11:30, and we'll see how long this takes. Again, I'm expecting it to be about an hour. I'm gonna go as fast as I can since I'm not filming this for a video, even though it's a live stream video. I can already feel the juice, baby. All right, let's see. Okay, got a chair to put you guys on. Let's see. Hey, Rob, what's up? Hey, Chad, is your truck lifted? No. New Tacoma, nice. Thanks, Chad. I know you think I'm nuts. I am nuts. I'm gonna sit you guys somewhere. I don't know if I've ever live streamed an install like this before, so bear with me. Gotta get everything set up. Okay, you guys, I hope can see, at least somewhat. Let me turn the fan, because believe me, it's freaking hot here. Gotta have the fan blowing. Hopefully it's not blowing on you guys. Let's see. Chad says, just grilling some steaks. Buddy, you're always grilling. You make me so jealous. So jealous. Okay, let's see. I gotta get under here and see about taking this off. And again, the buckets are just to keep it from falling down. It probably wouldn't, but it doesn't hurt to be prepared, right? Alright, probably need a flashlight too. And so let's grab one of those. Check the comments one more time before I get into this. I've been fighting the urge to trade my 22 Sport for a 25 Sport, and you're not making it easy. I know. Okay, let's get under here. By the way, in doing this and getting rid of these lower pieces, it's going to make the truck look higher. Make it look a little more efficient, if you will. All right. See what we got under here. Every time I do this, it's like a new experience. All right. First thing, it's not. They're not 10 millimeter, so we need some more sockets. Okay. Then I did grab a right angle ratchet because I think that's going to be handy. Now, if I'm not mistaken, let's see, I think it's a 12, I think. 12 millimeter. So, oh, I'm starting to sweat. Might have to break out the old headband. All right, let's see. 12 millimeter. The answer is no. You need 14. Of course, I didn't bring a 14. Oh, I had the wrong one. It is a 12. Okay. It is a 12 millimeter. So, let's see what we got. I think we're going to start in the center, and then we'll take the ends off because Toyota did put slots to hold this up while you put it on, so it kind of pushes on over the screw, so it makes it easy. So let's take off all the others. And of course, they're more powerful than my drill, so I'm going to break out the ratchet and use a little human muscle to get them started. Might as well get them all started, I guess. Okay, that loosens all the screws. Now, all I have to do is unscrew them with the drill. It's like a lot quicker. So, let's start with this right here. kind of pushed it when I did that. So, all right, do a little weightlifting while we're at it. These weigh like nothing. That takes that one off. So, gently, I don't want to damage them, because I will resell them. Now I just need to remove those two screws that were holding it. Okay. That takes off the Predator side step. It's just that easy, right? Didn't mean to drop it before I was ready, but let's see, where are we at? Just grilling some steaks. I've been fighting the urge. Good morning, everyone. Hey, Matt. I've had $1. If I had $1 for every time I hit my shin on the side steps, that's why they gotta go. Luck Duck. Absolutely love that blue. Cool. Me too. I was late to the party. Is this the new truck? It is. It is. Rob is 100% the main reason I got a taco. Well, you need to tell Toyota that so they send me some sort of a commission. I don't know. Chill TRD Pro is a waving. Cool. Chad Kranatz, look at him go, just like a pro. Well, just like a hack, maybe. Anyway, you saw that. That removed the Predator steps. Now, I will say the sliders that I'm going to put on, you can see them sitting right over there. They are a little more complicated to deal with because they are freaking heavy, about 52 pounds each. So I'm gonna maybe go grab me a headband because I'm starting to sweat like a pig, and then I'm gonna put the passenger side on, and then we'll move to the driver's side. So give me just a few minutes. Hey, nice truck. Keep it up with the hard work, man. Have a great and amazing day. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Let me turn you guys back around here because I know you won't want to miss this carnage. All right, there's your view. And I'll be back in a second. I have to go get a headband or something so I don't sweat to death. Okay, I'll be back. truck? Yeah, I did. I have no problem. Thank you. Okay, had to go find the headbands. I lost it. Now, it's time to manhandle one of these rock sliders. Grab all the hardware, see what size these are. Okay, these are a 14. So, gotta have a 14mm socket, which I now have. And I should get rid of the hardware from the other one, I guess. We'll just keep it in the bag. All right. So, the buckets. This is where the buckets come in handy. Because we want to set the slider on the bucket and then maneuver it under the truck. As I mentioned, these are very heavy. Figure out which side goes where. I believe this first one is the passenger side, or driver's side. Yeah. So, we need the other one. That would be the passenger side. So, okay, it's going to go something like that, if I remember. Let's go ahead and slide it under there. And it does kind of angle under there. This one, if I recall, is going to mount right into the frame. And you kind of have to angle it under there, so I don't want to scratch the truck, obviously. So we're kind of going to set it down. This is where having another set of hands would be handy, but I don't. So, these are the best ways to do this. I don't remember how I did it last time. Oh well. I think I just sat it on there and then slid it under, if I remember. If I remember. That's the key, which obviously I don't. Yeah, I think I just tilted it, slid it. I'm being extra careful, obviously, so I don't, damage anything. Otherwise, I just slip it under there and be done with it. But I don't want to damage the truck. So I think I kind of did it like this. If I recall. Oh well. Let me think about this for a minute. I know what I need to do. Get it away from the truck, first of all. And then, there's the bucket. Gonna kind of angle it over there. Like so. Oh, I know why. It's because the front end of the truck is not lifted. That's why this is more difficult. If the front end of the truck were lifted, I would just be able to slip it right under there. That's my problem. So, my buckets are not going to work for this. So I'm going to do something different. Okay. Now I'm on the right page, I think. So, given that issue, we're going to use something lower. I'm going to use this plastic thing I have sitting over here. I'm going to do that. So I'm going to get the junk off of this thing. We'll use this. There we go. That'll be better, I think. So, let's put this up here. Yeah. That'll be perfect, I think. Okay, before I get back into it, let's check you guys, see who's still here. Toyota stopped production at the Tacoma for some reason. Would you keep buying older mods or get something else? It's a good question. I don't know. Did you sell the old truck or trade it in? So we'll be lucky to pick up a nice modded truck. It only had a couple of mods on it. The lift and oh, what else? I'm trying to think. It only had like 2 or 3 things left on it. I took everything off. Jack up the front. Nah, I used my jack and jack stands when I did mine. You're a smart man. Mario Calderon, still here. Awesome, I appreciate that. All right, now we're gonna try this again. See, I didn't realize the truck was 1.5 inches higher up in the air when I did it on the other one. So it made just enough room that I could slide it under there with the buckets, but obviously the truck is no longer, this truck is not lifted, so I can't do that. So let's try my latest iteration here, see if this helps me out. I hope so, otherwise I gotta do something else. This is when mods become more involved, right? Yeah, I think that's going to be just right. You can definitely tell the difference in the front, right? Because it's not lifted. Now I need some leverage. I have no leverage. That's what I wanted right there. Now I should just be able to twist it, I think. Twist it up and bolt it on, I think. So, of course it's too far. Oh, that's better. Yeah, it's going to be something like that. Phew! All right, let's see what we've got. Let's see what we've got. so fresh, right? All right, a little bit. There we go. Perfect. There are pre-drilled holes under here, by the way, in case you're wondering. All right, let's see if the screws fit. Should have checked this first off, right? Yeah, that's good. That's good. And it's funny, the third hole that you're supposed to be able to screw into under here is not threaded. So you can only screw into 2 holes in the front. It's not a big deal, but it would be nice if it had everything it was supposed to have, but it doesn't seem to. Okay, we got the first 2 in. That's good. Now we're going to go to the back. See if I can't get that back one in. All right. And I think for this one, I'm going to need an angle, if I remember, to put this one in, so we'll see. Yeah, I think so. And I got to go up in the air a little bit down here, and actually, one of those buckets might come in handy back here. Let's grab one. See what happens. That puts me about dead on. Pretty close. Very close. So let's see about getting the screw in back here. This anymore. Okay. Good. There's another one in here. I can see it. All right, we are home free now. So let's keep rolling. Put another bottle in here. All right. let's get this thing out of my way. Okay. All right, it's a little off, twisted kind of. This needs to push up a little bit. I don't know if I can finagle that one handle or not. Maybe. Yeah, it's a little bit off, so I need to push up on this and screw it down at the same time with, again, no leverage. So, let's see. There we go. Just got to get under here and get up close and personal with it. Yeah, let's see if we can get the other one in. There's 2 per bracket on these things, so I'm gonna have to get up on the top and get the other one in. Fortunately, there is enough gap in this so you can kind of see what you're doing. And this one's going to be crooked too, so I'm going to have to push up and put the screw in. Okay, that takes care of those 2. Now, we got more. Always more. Flashlight time. That's good. This helps. We can get this next one in here. Perfect. Perfect. How about the next one? Do you have any more? No. Good. Gotta be getting close to being done. Got those, got these, so we got 2 here, 2 here, 2 here, 2 here. It gets everything in. Now I just have to tighten it down. Make sure it's all copacetic. And I think when I tighten it down, I'll push up a little bit just to get more of that angle on it. But I think right here is where I'm going to be. That gets it up, I think, where it's supposed to be, I hope. So I'm going to tighten it all down. That gets it on, baby. It's on. Woo! Takes a little bit of effort, let me tell you. I am going to go through it. Oh, sorry for the view. I am going to go through it and hand tighten them all just to make sure they're torqued. Yeah, right. The way I want it to be. But you can see that takes care of the right side, and that's what it's going to look like. And again, gives the truck a little bit more of a lift, I think, look, because it gets rid of those steps that were hanging down below, right? So that gives us a little bit more of a lift, I think. Michael, now I want to change my running boards to rock sliders. It is a much better look for the truck, man, I think. Check that out. It's not hard to do. They're heavy. Again, if you have one of these crates, that's what you want to use. Buckets for the sliders, although you don't really need them. If you're careful, they have slots. Oh, and by the way, on this slider on the back, there is a hole where you can put through the bolt, and then I believe it's down so that it can sit up there so that you can maneuver the front. I think you can only really use that if you have two people, two people to hoist this thing up there, put it over the bolt, and then one to hold this side while they get the other bolt going. The way to do it, in my opinion, if you're by yourself, is to have something sitting under it, start in the front, and then like I did with something to hold it. Well, in this case, the bucket works in the back. So you use that for the front, and then you can push it up for the bucket in the back, and you're golden. It's a 5-gallon bucket. And it works pretty easily. So that came out pretty well, I think. Tire size, 275/70 R18. Yes, it definitely does. Yes, it definitely does. What are rock sliders do you have? These are the OEM version. So they're Toyota, I guess. I don't know. But they're not aftermarket. And they cost a bit. And they're heavy. Like I say, they're 52 pounds a piece. So they are functional, that's for damn sure. Believe me, and putting them on, I can tell you that. It's a bit of a workout to do it, but not that big of a deal. I mean, it can be done. Anyway, I think we've been on here now for like almost 2 hours. So I think I am going to cut the live stream now. I'm going to go ahead and do the other side. There will be some pictures and things upcoming, of course, and I'll talk about them on the channel. But if you're just kicking in here and you haven't before, I would appreciate it if you give me a thumbs up on this video and maybe consider subscribing to the channel if you wouldn't mind. I really would appreciate it. This truck is going to be fun, and I know I say this all the time, but this truck's going to be around for a while, barring mechanical problems. I have no desire to get rid of this truck. We're going to have it for the long haul. So stick around, see what happens with it. It should be a lot of fun. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Enjoy your weekend. And I'm going to spend another probably half hour messing with the other side. You see, it wasn't that difficult, just a little tedious. Thanks for joining me today and hanging out during the live stream. I really appreciate it. Love it. We have the same truck now. Well, you have excellent taste. Or maybe I do. Maybe we both do. Anyway, appreciate you guys. As usual, thanks for joining me, and we'll see you on the next one. Have a great day. Bye.